Hey everybody. So I've been hearing a lot of people talking about how tough it is to live through this period where we're all self-sheltering at home and just getting used to it. And I'm here to talk about what if that's actually a good thing. Let me explain. Hi everybody, I'm Ricki Heller from rickiheller.com. I help people who are on restricted diets learn to stick with it, love their food and the way they eat so that they can get back to living life without always focusing on the food and just be happy with their lives. And so, as I was saying, it seems to me for a lot of people anyway, there's almost like two ways that people are looking at this. And I talked about this a little bit, by the way, in part one of Easing into the New Normal. This is part two. So in the first part, I talked about grounding ourselves in this new reality. But it seems like there are two ways to look at it. People are either seeing this almost as an enforced prison sentence. It's almost like a punishment, right? That I'm stuck at home. And it can be very, very uncomfortable if you're not used to it. And then the other is it's almost like a holiday because this isn't the way I usually am. And I'm just going to treat it as if I'm on vacation and wear pajamas all day and eat stuff that I wouldn't normally eat. And my feeling is, what if we are here in this situation a lot longer than we expected? What if this is the way things are going to be? And so we have to make this our current life. Hey, so if that's the case, we'd better get used to living this way. And so I want to help around how we can do that and why it's actually the perfect time to learn to eat the new way that you've been trying to do for your health and maybe go gluten-free or go sugar-free. Or maybe this is the perfect time to actually begin that new exercise regimen or that book that you've always wanted to write or read or any of the things that you've wanted to do. It could be the perfect time. And here is why. Because we are all in uncharted waters, right? We're all in a new environment and this is new territory for everybody. And if you know about how our brains are wired and how habits are developed, so your brain always looks for familiarity and your brain doesn't want things to change. So once a habit is established, you have neural pathways that are embedded over and over and over. There's a phrase, neurons that neurons that fire together, wire together, right? So if you're doing something over and over and those neurons are firing together, then those things become habitual. So as an example, I hear from a lot of women who are on restricted diets who tell me that they're really able to stick with the diet when they're at work, at the office, but when they get home, say in the evening or on the weekends, they find they fall off, right? Why is that? Because that habit has been established at the office. It's the environment where your brain knows this is where I eat healthy. And when you're at home at night, you've gotten into the habit of eating in front of the TV or whatever it may be. And your brain believes that that's a different habit in a different environment. Well, right now, for your brain, everything is new and different. So it's the perfect time to start establishing those new habits because the new environment is a great place where some of those habits haven't been established and you can now fire those neurons together and they're going to wire together. Let me give you an example. If you think about, so for so many people, and my examples are often movie stars because they're the ones we hear about, but somebody might go to rehab for an alcohol or a drug addiction and they go to rehab for however long it is, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. And then they are completely clean. But when they get back into their normal environment, their normal habitat of either, doing movies or their regular neighborhood, that's when they tend to fall back into those old habits. The same thing happens with people who are yo-yo dieters. They may establish a new routine, like I said, at work, or they're really gung-ho and they can just sort of force it to happen for a short while. But then after a while, when they get back into their normal routine, those old patterns tend to reassert themselves. So now here we are, we have this perfect opportunity to start establishing some new habits in an environment that's brand new. It's like a clean slate where we can start. So if you now establish those habits of eating clean, eating those foods that you know are going to support your body, and like I said, we may be here longer than we expected. So you have plenty of time to really lay down those neural pathways for those habits to be well established by the time we all start to go back out into the world again. And so this is a perfect time for that to happen. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, because I think, like is in my case, for me, it required coaching. It required somebody to help me. It required somebody to keep me accountable and keep me committed. And so for some people, you might need someone to be there who is an accountability coach or a healthy eating coach, someone who can help you through that. But for many of us, it's something that we can certainly begin by ourselves. So that's my challenge to you. Here's your opportunity while we have this clean, new environment to start a habit that you can be proud of when we're finished with all of this. If you think 6 months ahead, where do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who sat on the couch eating Oreos, watching Netflix for 6 months? Or do you want to be someone who got her health under control and is now in better shape than she's ever been in her whole life, right? So that's my challenge to you. If you would like more support around this, I would love to talk to you about what coaching can do for you. You can set up a free consultation with me at rickiheller.com/chat, where we can talk about what coaching can do and what kinds of challenges you're facing and whether or not we would be a good match to work together. So I hope that's useful, everybody. Hang in there. We're all in this together and we will get through this. Talk to you soon.